Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Greek Life Podcast. If it's your first time listening or watching, thank you for joining us. My name is Joann Bastidas. I'm from Sigma Lambda Alpha Sorority Incorporated. I'm with my beautiful line sisters from Beta Kappa. They're going to introduce themselves, their major, their name, and a fun fact about them, and when did we cross as well.
Okay, hello everyone. My name is Fabiola Mendoza. My major is education, EC through 6, with ESL. We all crossed fall 2022, and a fun fact about me is I'm the quad, so I'm the tallest of all four of us, and I'm very proud of it.
Hello everyone. My name is Rebecca Cameron, and I am currently a sophomore slash junior at TWU, and I'm majoring in nursing. We crossed fall 2022. One fun fact: there's nothing really fun about me, but my first language is Spanish. That's a fun fact about me.
Hello, everyone. My name is Grace Parada. I am the tray of the group. I should have been a quad, but I'm the tray. I graduated this past May in 2023. I graduated with a bachelor's in general studies with a concentration in health studies and psychology. Am I using that degree? No. But I plan to go to PT school. And a fun fact about me, I am coaching at a high school and I teach freshmen.
How's that going?
I gotta be up in less than 12 hours. I will start teaching in less than 12 hours.
It's okay. You got this. Some kids are buds, but some kids are okay, decently.
For sure.
Okay, so for one of the first question is, what's your favorite thing about SLA?
My favorite thing is the sisters. My love language is quality time, so anytime I'm just around them, I'm literally so happy. They just make my day.
I think for me, it's just the amount of community we have within each other. We may be so different, but we're so similar at the same time. We might have gone through the same struggles and experiences. So I think we can like bond with each other about that and just help each other grow and uplift one another. So I think that's something that I really found in this sisterhood, and every day it's just a beautiful day to spend with my sisters, my line sisters, and just new memories and experiences.
I'm also gonna have to say my sisters. I cry every time I bring it up, but without my line, I wouldn't be here. I just love them. I just love them so much, and they don't know how much I love them. But I try. I try my best. That sisterhood's there. The community's there. We're all in it together, and we're for lifers.
We love you too. So since we're talking about our line, we're about to hit a year. So that's crazy to think about because legit, when we did our probate, I think it was on December 3rd. So it's like a whole experience that we have learned from it. So it goes to another question that I brought up. What did Greek life helped you grow or made you have a new experience that you wouldn't have joining Greek life?
Greek life has helped me in so many more ways than one. I get to leave my room so much more often now. It literally gets me out there, gets me meeting people. It really helps me with my public speaking. Like, this is not something I would do in any experience ever. So I really thank Greek life for that.
I think for me, it's more of like the networking and the opportunities you get as if you were not like a Greek person. For example, like Joanne is part of G-Force on campus, and we would never know about the resources campus has if it wasn't for her, or if we have any questions about FAFSA, we can literally go to her. So I think Greek life not only can help you with your leadership skills, but also just get you out the door and give you opportunities that you would never find just as a regular student at TWU.
Mm-hmm. I want to piggyback off of that, what Rebecca said. It broadens your horizon for sure. I swear, before SLA, I was just a college student in my dorm being an RA. I was attending to other people, but now I can attend to them in a better way. I can spread the word of what SLA really is. I've had some of my residents be like, "Oh, what do those letters stand for?" I could proudly say I'm a member of this organization, and I don't have to be like, I don't know what that is, because I know what it is, and I own my letters. My sisters own their letters, but for sure, it helps you. It helps you stand out. You're like a star at TW now if you have letters. Hint.
Yes.
But yeah, it gets us out there. I love the community at TW that welcomes us and other sororities and fraternities as well. So it's been a blessing.
No, I would 100% agree with you on that. Unlike the changes that I guess everything that is gained is completely different until you get those letters that you have. And then my next question is, what do you wish that people would know about SLA that they didn't know about, or something that is um, we keep to ourselves but we're so proud of doing or saying in general?
I can't really think of one. Sorry. Well, I would just say I'm really proud of being an alpha chapter. I think it's just something so nice to say, being like, oh, like if I go back to like my ancestors, like they are not just like the founders of our chapter, they're the founders of our sorority. So yeah.
I think in general, just not just SLA but Greek life, there's so many typical like stigmas and stuff behind Greek life, which going into it you're scared of those stereotypes and you're like, oh, this is crazy, this is like a cult. And we're like, no, actually, like it's actually very like, it's basically as a family, like it's literally no different than having a family. You're just bonded in a different way. You go through so many experiences together and that just like bonds you. And again, just being alpha chapter, like yeah, it may be a lot of work, but like we pride ourselves on that. We worked hard to get here, and we just want to make like our founders proud and show them that their efforts and their struggles were not for nothing. Like we're here now and we're trying to give SLA the voice that they deserve, especially now since it's our founders week this week. So
Woo. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, y'all stole the words right out my mouth, but I don't know. I love being Alpha chapter. Not many people can say that they're the Alpha chapter of their sorority. Like, there's only one, and we're it. We're at
Yes.
TW. We started in 1992, and we're still
Mm-hmm.
here. We're still here 31 years later. And also the sisterhood, like it's I've never had a sister, so now having like 200 or 300 plus in different cities in different states, it's like it's crazy. And I mean, it goes back to the last question, like the networking. Like you're gonna meet so many people. I've gotten so many job opportunities and like other like job interests like that I didn't
Mm-hmm.
even know about before I entered this world, before you enter Greek life. And so there's so many things that come with it. It can be a benefit. It maybe it not. Who knows? But for sure, being Alpha chapter, the networking and the sisterhood. Um, I don't know. There's something about y'all that like I'm just attached to y'all like this at the
Don't make me
hip.
cry.
We're like right here. You're like right here, but you're over there.
Oh, okay. So bringing that up, why did each one of us pick SLA? Like, what brought us to the sorority specifically, and what caught our eye?
Specifically for me, it was my interaction with sisters. Just talking to them made me feel so welcomed and just made me feel like it was something I wanted to be a part of.
for me, coming from a very, very, very Hispanic, like just childhood and then moving to the US out of nowhere, going to like a predominantly white high school and middle school, I was in need of like that sense of like Hispanic community and circle. And I think coming to TWU, I saw that first off in the community at TWU, but then I was like, why not check out Greek life? Like, I've heard about it in movies. Maybe it's different in real life. And then I went to the events and I was like, okay, these girls are kind of fun and I kind of want to come around them more. So when you want to come around them more often, you're like, maybe I want to be them. Like, I want to be one of them. Like, maybe I just want to join them. And fun fact, we actually were all in one event all together and we sat next to each other. I think I was sitting next to Joanne and we talked. And then we looked at pictures now and we're like, oh, we were all in the same recruitment event together and we didn't even know it. We were sitting next to each other and I was like, oh, you're my line sister, and look at us now, like we're all line sisters and we made it here. So I think it's just that sense of community and like circle, and it felt like home. Honestly, it felt like, and I don't have any sisters, I just have brother, and I grew up with a lot of men around me because just men back home. And then I was needing girlfriends because I like to say I'm a girl's girl, but I just never grew up with a lot of girls. So they just made me feel welcome and seen, and I felt like I belonged in a place.
I'm not technically a legacy, but I'm just gonna call myself ish. I've been a part of the sorority since 2006.
She
Way
got
back
picture
to,
proof too.
I believe it was shout out to the Alpha Zeta line for
Mhm.
giving me my best friend, my tia. My aunt actually, snooped around and was like, "Oh, you're going to college, huh? Well, let me tell you about my sorority, my sisters." And I was like, "What do you mean?" And they're like my best friends. They're like the sister I never had. Even though she did have an older sister, it was nothing like that older sister. It was like having an actual sister, someone to like tell your life stories to, someone to tell you your like deepest, darkest secret without getting in trouble and going to
Mhm.
Mars. But yeah, she was in there 2006 to 2009, I believe, if I'm not. Oops, right, that's kind of old. But she got me around, and I finally came to TW. I was actually jumping universities before I came to TW, so I was only here for about a year and a half, if that. I actually joined the second semester I was here on campus, so I meant to join the previous line, but I wasn't ready. I just knew I wasn't, so I took my time. But she did that, and my G Big, shout out to my G Big, Brianna. She texted me first on Instagram and was like, "Hey, you should come out to our event or something." And I was like, "All right, this is pretty dope." And then I was like, "Oh, I kind of like this, like that sense of sisterhood right there that I've been missing." Like along with Rebecca, I lived with 6 boys, 6 younger brothers. You know how that restroom was?
Oh, I can't imagine. Oh
Like,
no.
I never had a restroom to myself. And then when I got to college, I got the restroom to myself. But yeah, she pushed me, not really pushed me, but she made me do it. She just go give it a try. Like if you like it, you like it. If you don't, it's okay. Like at least you tried. And that's one thing like I want girls, like even potential new members in the future, like just go try. Like even if it's not us that you want, go look at the other sororities. Like don't stick with one. View your options. Y'all got options. We got
Mhm.
options, but we chose the right one. So
Exactly. We
so
put that
now
mindset in.
oh yeah.
So what is your guys' favorite memory that you had like during the process or like now as sisters?
Um, Honestly, all of them are my favorite. I literally just love spending time with these girls, my line sisters. Um, I think any random moment is just the best. Just when you like text in the chat and you're like, "Hey, you all want to meet up?" and everyone's like, "Yeah," and like time and place, like anything like that. I just love.
I think other than probate, because well, probate was probate was definitely a memory that will hold dear to our hearts. I low-key kind of miss it, guys. If I'm being serious,
I threw up like 5 times that day.
I low-key really miss it because just like it's just the excitement of like you're finally being shown off and you're being revealed. Like we worked so hard for this moment right now.
We're free.
Yeah, literally. But yeah, and the outfits were not it. We could have picked better outfits.
But
I had I had a really bad outfit malfunction, if y'all remember.
oh
Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
It's okay. We don't need
It's
to talk
okay.
about it.
Like yeah, it was a whole thing. But other than that, I think just like hanging out, the most spontaneous hangouts. I remember for one of the lock-ins that we had, we went to Bucky's at like 3 in the morning,
Oh.
and we were just like, we're hungry, we're gonna go to Bucky's at 3 in the morning. So we just said sister trip. And we're like, oh, okay, at
Didn't
three.
it start snowing as well?
Yeah, it started snowing that day, and I was like, I've never seen snow in my life, and I was like, nice. And it's just like those spontaneous hangouts, and just literally just now, I think this is a core memory that we're honestly gonna remember. Just being here now, Joanne doing great things with the podcast. Like, look at her go, and then Grace as a teacher. Like, what? And then us still working towards our degree, guys. But we're there. We're just like the memories. Is like I think it's very like wholesome and just happy.
Yeah. I mean, I can't top any of that, but maybe I can. I don't know. It's the crying together. It's the Starbucks before our meetings. Me halfway asleep before we even enter the room. Us almost being 10 minutes late to our meeting and running across, or me putting a plastic bag over our head so we don't have to get our head wet.
Running down the rain.
It
Oh my
was
god, that
like
was
it
so
had just
bad.
rained after, like, and we're like, what is that? And we're like, oh, it's just wind. And then we get out there and we're like, we gotta walk back halfway across the campus in the pouring rain. Joanne's carrying her broken, what is it? Her
Wagon? My wagon.
yes.
That
And we all
wagon
have
was
bags on our head that's soaked after, and I don't know,
ridiculous
like,
wagon. And then
it's
it lasts me 2 years.
it's all those memories, the little ones. The are we really gonna study tonight, or are we just gonna sign it off? I don't know, but I just had a time, and I wish I could redo it, like the whole process again. But at the same time, I don't.
Yeah.
At the same time, I don't. But I hope the new members that do come in the future, they get the experience that we got. Whether it's a line of 2, a line of 10, who knows? We never know how many girls are gonna stay. I will say this, and my aunt told me this. So the process is it's not for the weak. Those who stay truly want it. Though, and if you truly want it, you're gonna be there no matter what. So I hope those girls that come into us, see us, know how we feel about this, know how much SLA means to us, and that they never forget that if and when they become a sister.
Preach. I feel like all of us love our letters so much to the point that like we put our, like you said, blood, sweat, and tears
Literally,
tears
like,
into these, like for the chapter and everything, like every event that we do, like every social that we do with other fraternities or sororities, like with everything that we try to do, we put our soul into it basically. Like we
Like
nurture in everything.
I remember our Greek takeover. I thought it was gonna rain and everything, and I made my mom turn halfway back. Like, she was maybe 10 minutes away from coming, and I was like, Mom, I truly need a canopy, a tent, or whatever. And she found one in less than 5 minutes and turned back around with, I don't know, the 20, 25 minutes she was in to go grab the canopy and come back, and it didn't even rain. But I thought it was
Well,
gonna
she's a
rain.
real one for that.
I know. I was like, I'm not trying to get his set ruined. But it turned out really good and everyone enjoyed themselves. I mean, we showed out, everybody came to support, and much love to the other sororities and fraternities that came out, even those who were from Richardson, our sister schools, and those from TCU who did show up. So
Yes. Let me see. Ooh, this is a good question. What leadership opportunities what leadership opportunities are available that you have seen in SLA? If you don't know, you can just
Okay,
pass it and
okay.
come back. You're good, don't
Um,
worry. Yeah, you can come back.
I think for me, well, it's crazy to think that I'm even president now. Like, what? Like, I wasn't even like interested in it at first, but then I shadowed the president. I was like, okay, this is maybe something that I can see myself doing. And then the leadership is just being confident and like speaking out, like literally doing this right now is like whoa, I would never have seen myself doing this. And I think also it not only helps me with SLA, but with work, I feel like I have more of a leadership um role at work, and I can actually speak up when I see like there's a problem or something needs to be fixed. And as well with school, like if you have a school project, you can be the person to initiate the project. You don't have to just sit back and wait for someone to take initiative. Like you can be the one. And also just like the networking again, like how we were saying, we have so many opportunities. We have sisters, like I'm in nursing, and we have sisters who are already graduated and they're nurses, and they're over here like living their best life and buying themselves houses and having a family. And this is something that you can ask them about, me like, hey, like maybe nursing is not for me, but they will encourage you to try your best and that it's worth it at the end of the day. And I think you can say that with any single major that we have in this room. It's just an overall like very eye-opening experience, and you can broaden your horizons and just like grow with your skills.
um yeah, I honestly agree with that. I mean, we didn't even know that we were gonna be put in like an executive position when we crossed. Like on the next day we crossed, we had a meeting, and it was like, okay, time to nominate and vote for your chair. What? Like, what do you mean? Like, we literally just strolled. We learned all these. Like, we learned everything in our process, and then now you're saying, oh, we got to take a leadership. I I've never been in like an executive position ever, except like to me, I'm always a leader on the field when I play soccer, but I wasn't controlling them. I wasn't telling them they gotta turn in their grade checks that, oh, remember that we gotta go study or we got an event to prepare for. It was nothing like that. It was always, hey, make sure you got your cleats. Like that was about it. Or in high school, like I was just an athlete. I never really cared about school, so I never took on any like exec positions or I just straight soccer, and it still is. um, but yeah, taking on a position for an exec board on what Fabiola is, she's the vice president, yeah, VP. I ended up taking the VP role when I crossed, so I was there for just this semester until I graduated. Tears,
We
but
miss you dearly.
literally, it's weird. Like I was like straight on SLA, 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 and then now I'm like grading papers till like 10 o'clock. Like what has this world came to? And and just even like the Denton environment, it was so much different than like coming back home. Like we always miss home, but I feel like Denton is my second home with the girls, with my
Mhm.
sisters. Like, and so that leadership position, it was eye opening. Like I was in charge of stuff. I needed to be put in these hours so that they can still be active. Like if that wasn't done, really bad. Like there probably would be consequences just for me. So, but it's helping me for sure that stepping up, taking care of like 120 kids now, like making sure that they got what they need. I'm working double time, especially like for freshmen. Like y'all don't know the stress. I got another gray hair somewhere because of
Oh.
these kids, but that what started in SLA has helped me truly be who I
Mhm.
am right now, and it will continue to grow, hopefully.
No, what's it called? So since you're like a teacher now, being VP, did it help you like not being strict, but it's like, hey, you need to do this like this time. If not, we have to talk about it one on one, and we'll see from there. Did that help you as a teacher now with your students?
Oh, most definitely. And I was like, especially in college, I was very organized. I had 3 calendars in my room. I had one on the back of my door. I had a skinny erase dry erase board calendar. I had my personal calendar, and then I just had my phone like just for backup because I'm very forgetful at times. I can't lie. So those calendars really like set me to have my own due dates to make sure that y'all were prepared. And so getting these kids, man, no matter what I give them, they're gonna lose it. So I'm being extra strict, and I'm like, y'all have a major grade coming up, and it's a folder check. And if I don't see a folder check, you're getting a 0, and
Mm,
that's sad if you fail a folder check because you don't got your notes. And I like to save my like behind, I keep all the papers that they leave behind, so now I can be like mom, dad, your student leaves behind, here's their paper that they always leave behind. And I have a collection. Like when I tell you a collection, I mean like this much of papers that are being left behind. And I mean one day they're gonna need to know, like, I need to do this. And I always remind them, do you want to own McDonald's or do you want to work there for the rest of your life?
mhm.
And they're like, nah, miss, I want to own it. All right, then start owning your stuff and be more organized and be ready for my stuff because your boss isn't going to let you come in late every day, like you come in late into my class. They're not going to let you use that profanity in the workplace. Like, well, I mean, every teacher, anybody who's like a leader to them is teaching them something like for us to grow. And I learned it really well ish.
No, yeah. The next question is what was your biggest concern about joining the sorority or a sorority life, and did you overcome that concern?
Um, I guess a concern I had would be that I was too shy. That I also I'm not very good at opening up to new people. So I was like, how am I supposed to open up to so many people so quickly and get to know them and let them get to know me? And I think I did overcome it. Like it took me some time. Like during the process, I think I got really close to Joann, but I didn't get that close to Rebecca or Grace because I not even because I don't love them, because I love them very much. But it's because I can't really just open up to everyone all at once. But I do think eventually over time I got to know them. I let them get to know me. I became a little louder. And yeah.
A little too loud.
Quiet down, quiet down. Let's bring it down. I think for me, again, just the stereotypes of sororities. I think it scares everyone away, and you're like, oh, I don't want to be one of those girls, like the sorority girls. I don't want to be them. But literally, just going to one recruitment event, you're like, okay, they're not like that at all. And I guess also just opening up. I think for me, I grew up with not speaking about my feelings. I think speaking up about your feelings were frowned upon, and I think all Hispanic households, like if you spoke up, like that was disrespectful. You cannot, you
You're gonna
like
get hit
you
for
get the
life.
chancla. Like you can't speak up
Yes.
about your feelings because then, oh no, you're in trouble. So I think that was very hard for me. But literally the next day after our first meeting, we were all together. Like we literally went out to eat or something. We made a group chat right there and then
Mhm.
we bonded like straight away. And that was just like, okay, these girls, they're kind of cool. Like maybe I do want to like become sisters with them. And it was just like a overall great experience, honestly.
What was the question? I'm so into y'all's thing.
No, you're good. Let me find it. It says, what was your biggest concern about joining a sorority, and did you overcome your concern?"
Okay, now I remember.
I got you.
Okay. So my biggest concern was the time commitment. I know I was always scared about like, oh my gosh, they're gonna wanna make me do this, they're gonna want me to make me do that. And I was really heavy on my academics, which is why I chose to run for VP because they were really in charge over the academic portion. And I wasn't like too strict, unless you have other opinions, was I?
No, I feel like you're very accommodating and understanding on certain situations that we did, and gave us a bunch of resources as well on top of that.
Cool. Nah, because like I mean we're human. Like we all go through something. Like I know I was going through something mid process, and like if it really wasn't for y'all or like my like our mama eagle, which was our educators basically, like it wasn't. I wasn't gonna make it through. I wasn't gonna make it through the second semester if I once I had crossed and everything. So that was my biggest concern always through the process, and y'all made sure like not like to get my focus off of that, so like thank y'all for that, for making sure like, oh, like let's study together so I don't have that thought in my brain. And then like also like I was shy ish. I would always like it when I would act out, it was because I'm like, oh my gosh, like do they think I'm awkward, or like will they even like me? And like Fabiola said, I was really close to Rebecca and not to Fabiola or Joann. But now like in our meetings, I be picking on Fabiola. We have like side conversations. And I'm like, hey cutie. Like like you just never know, and like we're slowly still like we're still finding out little things about each other. And I mean I miss being like literally 2 minutes from y'all where I can walk down. Like I was 11 floors above Fabiola. And I was a building next to Joanne, and I was a little half of a mile away from Rebecca. I swear she lived in Antarctica. It was that far. But I mean I just miss it, and I feel like yes I have overcome that fear because of how organized and like where I am in life. But it was for y'all and our educators and everything for sure.
Okay, so the next question is, what's your favorite memory of recruitment? So it can be before you join the process, or a recruitment event that you went to last semester or this semester. Sorry.
Um, honestly, there's not something that stood out to me during the recruitment. I think Rebecca said before, looking back and just seeing that for some events we were all there. Like I think for like the last one, I literally looked back on a picture and I was like, I'm Grace is literally in the background. I was like, she was there and I didn't even know it. And then like Rebecca and Joann were like, oh yeah, we sat right next to each other, and it was like, dang, like we were all there. Like that was us. So just seeing that, I think it just makes me so happy.
I know. I was looking through my Be Reels, and there was like this particular event where we like painted canvases, and it was like a self love event or something. And I was like, I took my Be Real, and it was like Fabiola's in the back, and then Joanne's like next to me, and then Grace is like in the corner, and I was like, oh, not in that Be Real too. Like that Be Real is gonna be iconic. But I think there's so many like good recruitment events. If I'm being honest, guys, I didn't really go to all the recruitment events last when we crossed. I only went through like three because I was just very hesitant. I was scared. I was a freshman, and I was like, do I even go to these events? Are they even worth it? So I was scared of getting out there. And then now, my favorite event that we did so far, if you guys didn't know, we did cowboy theme, and it was like Tejano, and we had a dance class with the country dance club at TW. So they taught us a couple of line dances, and I think that was my favorite one. We have so much great feedback from everyone, and everyone had such a great time, and it was just a cool and fun way to like just dance together. We had a bunch of people come, and it was just like we still do the dances to this day. Like when we hear the Bad Bunny, when we hear the Bad Bunny song, we're like doing the that line dance, and it was just so much fun. And also, not only did it bring each other close to one another, but also like our alumni, they came out and supported, and then also to anyone that came, it was just great feedback, and just everyone had a great time. It was very fun.
Um, okay, I'm trying to think back because it's been a while. Uh, I remember my first recruitment process. It was like via Zoom, so we really weren't like truly interacting. Only this that like the active sisters were actually in the room. Everybody else was via Zoom. So like I liked it because I wasn't like comfortable being next to new people. Like if I do, I'm just like sitting there awkwardly. Like I'm just like, hey, like Fabiola.
The corner's like, hey,
And
there.
so like I mean like I did and we were able to like ask questions like anonymously.
Mm-hmm.
Can't even say that word. But we were like able to like ask those things and like get to know sisters and then finally we went through like our recruitment year and I remember painting something. I can't remember what, but it was kind of fun. And then what else? What else? I don't know. I'm trying to think. Hmm. And I think that helped us like plan a lot of our events the following semester for sure. Like with me and Fabiola, like we were a team. That campus activity, bros. Yeah. So I mean, we learned some stuff. Like we knew what was gonna work. We knew what wasn't gonna work, and of course from there, like even this year, like shout out to y'all for this recruitment because I knew it was big. Like I saw so many people. I ended up coming for one of y'all's picnic, and I mean the amount of girls there like was truly amazing. Amazing, and it wasn't even on campus. Like even though it was still like down the street, like how many people do you get to like go outside that zone, like of TW? Like you had girls walking down there, and it's a little bit of a walk. I'm not gonna lie. So like shout out to y'all for making them like actually come down and they really had fun and we had like a lot of alumni that went as well. So for real, like kudos to y'all. Snaps.
Thank you. And then this question, I guess it can be particular to you, Grace, since you already graduated. How can somebody be involved once they already graduated as a SLA member?
I mean honestly it's time commitment. Like what you can put through is what you can put through. Like every little piece of it is gonna help. No matter if it's like an event a month, you're still supporting. Like and I would always say communication with the actors as well, with the board, making sure like, oh, is it okay if I can come? Like or like little donations here and there. Like those truly mean a lot to the chapter. Whether you're there physically or like in spirit, like they know that you're helping them all. And I know I'm literally at work. This past couple, like the first 3 months, I was at work at 6 in the morning every day, and I was training, and I didn't get off. I wasn't leaving because I wasn't able to grade in the morning and come early because I was dealing with practice. So I would be staying late after school, and I won't leave until like 7 or 8 sometimes. And so like I'm just tired, and then I know like events already passed, and I live about 30 minutes from Denton, and my work is an additional 30 minutes, so that's like an hour. That's that's a
It's a
long time
lot.
to like drive over there and then like drive back and make sure I can get ready for work. So like whether I could come to one or like whether I can come to five, like they're all gonna make a difference. And like I said, communicating with the chapter, and I mean, I miss it. I wish I was closer. I wish my job was more over there, like some of the other sisters. But I mean, life goes on, and you gotta be an adult. But also, like that adult, like you should come back.
Mhm.
Always try to come back at least once a month or here and there to like show your face. Like it's always good to see your face. And I mean, looking at the new prospects, looking what's different on campus. Like I didn't even know they put benches up until I came back after summer. Like where like I would have loved that when I was on campus last semester, but you know, things
Okay.
change.
I think
So yeah.
I think not only that, but I think I guess we're a small chapter or just like a small org in general. So having alumni is really great because not only did they literally paved the way for us, and they taught us everything we know, and we're here because of them. So I think having that alumni relationship is really great, and we try to stay in contact. I know people are worried that we're like forgetting about them, but we're like, no, girl, like you're always welcome. Literally, if it's just like going out to eat, we can. We have sisters that moved to Denton. I want to say because they want to be close to us, but just having that sense of support and that like someone we can go to, like our literally our mama eagle, like she moved to Denton because she also said that, oh, you guys are kind of great, like you, I want to be here. And like just being at TWU, being with us, I think alumni are awesome at coming around and supporting as much as they can. I know their works are crazy and wild, but I'm just so happy they're doing great things, and they're like achieving all the goals that they have in mind.
And then we have one more last question is how did SLA improved your college experience?
Okay. SLA very much got me out of my room. My roommate literally told me to leave my room. She literally told me to leave. She told me to get out there to get the college experience, and now she literally says that I'm never in there. Um, and literally, it's gotten me so much. It's helped me with my public speaking, it's helped me with my social skills, and I literally am just thankful for it every single day.
I think my answer is kind of along the same lines because when I joined, I was a freshman, first semester freshman, and I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what college is like because I guess you could say I'm kind of a first gen because I knew a little bit more about college than anyone in my family, especially in the US. So I was like, how do I do this? Like, I'm gonna go to this place with people that I don't even know, that are all different. Do they even speak Spanish? Like, I'm just like confused. And with SLA, I think again, like, just the confidence in the public speaking, and I guess the planning and the time management. As a first year freshman, you have to get your stuff together and just like because your GPA counts from the moment you literally step into a college classroom. So you have to be on top of your work. And with SLA, I really appreciated that there were academics over anything because if you don't have the grades, why are you even in the organization, honestly? Because there's no point of you joining if you don't have the grades to maintain that membership status. So just doing study hours with them, it like gave me like a routine of I need to study through this time to this time, and then I can have fun later, which I apply to my life now, I spend most of my days literally in the library, and then SLA comes later. Although I do have a responsibility in this organization, I think you came here for academics to get your degree, first of all, and that's the goal that you're working towards. So I want to get that nursing degree. I want to be in the hospitals, but again, I want to enjoy my time with my sisters and have fun and live that college life. But you just have to find that work balance and distribute it throughout the week, and just the time management. I think SLA really taught me to work with that.
Yeah, I mean, Fabiola and Rebecca have said it all. Really, I mean, it's finding that work balance, making sure that you can maintain your grades while also having fun. It's like saying you can save while spending money. Like it's not like you don't have to keep yourself cooped up in one place. Like example, Rebecca does not have to go study all day. Like she needs a break from that. Like your mind can't just be sitting there all day studying. Like you need to be taking like brain breaks, even if it's like study for 45 minutes, give yourself a 5 minute break, go take a walk around campus, go take a walk around the library, like get yourself a snack or something. Like you want to be there. And so like it just helped me, like it just helps you be prepared, like mentally, physically, and emotionally. So like we all have grown. I mean, I hope that y'all could see this in the podcast how we were. Like Fabiola, she said she was so shy. She didn't like me. She didn't even know who if she really truly wanted to be this. Rebecca's never been here before. She's a freshman. Like I mean, she's a sophomore, junior now, so we're worried. But I mean, I was the oldest of them, but I still felt like Rebecca was the mom of the group. Like she kept us together. Joann kept us together. Fabiola kept us together. Like all of us like together. Like we're here now. Our educators, they helped us. Our alumni, like we all help each other in one way or another.
Would you say that being an older line sister, was it like, did it affect your relationship with us? I don't think so, like I think we were all pretty equal, no matter how old or young we were. We bonded no matter what. But did you feel like any particular way at first, at least?
At first, like low key, no, I didn't even know that you were a freshman. Like, hey, you look like a sophomore or junior to me. Until like we were like, oh yeah, she's a freshman. I'm like it was like a jaw dropper, literally. And so like, I mean, like I felt like I was like a little kid through the process. Like I didn't I mean I could have been more mature for sure, but I also wanted to have fun with it because I mean yeah, there was times where we needed to like get down to business and like study and go over things, but there was also like time to have fun, like just studying together, getting those Starbucks, going out to eat, like trying to hide ourselves. Like we're like, we gotta reserve this room an hour before we walk in there so they don't see us and all this and that. But I never felt like, oh yeah, I'm older than you, haha. Like you better listen to me so we can get through this. Like we all work together, and you
Mhm.
helped me, I helped her. Like we were all equal in one way.
I want to thank each and one of y'all for coming to the podcast and talking about SLA and doing it for Founders Week. I know you guys thought about the idea, and DJ Dean and Abril and Savannah thought it was a great idea as well. So I want to thank y'all. This is going to end the podcast. I want to say thank you for everybody who's watching and listening to the podcast wherever you like it, on YouTube, Apple Music, Spotify, or anywhere else that you like it. Can't wait for to join us for the next video or next podcast that we're doing an episode. All right. See you guys later.
Thank you.